man, it's just a beautiful moment. Just a beautiful one. Why? Because unemployment. Nah, $800 a week, man. It turns out to be 112 plus weeks. That equals up to 2 years plus at $800 a week. Again, which would come up to within that 2 year period, 86. I'm sorry, yeah, 86,600 dollars, or somewhere around that range. But then I said to myself, what's the complaint about unemployment, man? If it lasts that long and it's paying out that much. But then again, I said to myself, this is a strategy to, I guess, keep unemployment high. I don't know exactly how far you want to go exactly with this thing, but determining that factor at 86,000 per person plus the job tax credits, man, and income tax too. This is just a beautiful situation, man. It's just almost a time to, I guess, like I said, celebrate, man. Celebrate the federal workers. Celebrate everyone that wants to go that route, which is, I guess, like I said, I guess the Hollywood route, which even those unemployed Hollywooders will make that amount every 2 years. So, what would be the point of the national working human? As far as, oh yeah, that's another thing too, the Labor Department. Well, what would it be needed if unemployment could pay triple the amount, if not double the amount of the average, what do you call it, minimum wage worker? But then I said to myself, this was an idea to combat, I guess, my idea. And I said to myself, would it work as an MPA or a CPA? I couldn't see it because the tax on the unemployment is a state tax. So you basically reversing the tax of the state, which is the state ends up paying the taxpayer instead of the taxpayer paying the state. And to come up with the bread, I don't know where you're going to get it from. Because once you lay off so many people, the employer is forced to not have any employees. So how can it run its business without that? And then I said to myself, even the employer has to pay a tax on the unemployment. Because, man, this is just a long, slippery slope. I'm saying to myself, how did you get yourself into these situations? But then again, I said to myself, it's probably a reason for it, which is you probably want to combat my ideas, which would probably be I wouldn't say the worst idea ever, but it probably wouldn't be the best idea. Because the simple fact is, at $800 a week, I mean, it's better than, it pays better than working pretty much. But at 112 plus weeks of unemployment, that's enough to start your own pretty much business at that point. If you're gonna pay out 86,600 within 2 years, that's a beautiful deal. Like I said, the shutdown could last as long as it like. With that amount of money, I guess what you say, $800 a week, man, $800 a week. This is better than 2020 unemployment, which was extra 300. But that was from whatever you was making at that time. But now it's just a national $800 for just unemployment. And now I get it, Trump. I get it. You wanted the federal workers layoffs and furloughs, all so they can make a nice, healthy funding. And like I said, Hollywood and all that other stuff is also gonna get paid. Also, everyone that decided to take Trump's route, but like I said, you would have a 2 year run, and then we're gonna see how your business is doing. Because even if you do start a business with the small money, I didn't mean to say small money, with the small businesses that your wages is coming in, which is 86,000, you still gonna have to try to fill up the bread, the mustard, to pay the so-called employees for that business, if you decide to take on some of that. But then I said to myself, even then, that's gonna put you in a different tax bracket. And within that tax bracket, you be paying a lot more than you was gonna be getting off that unemployment stuff. So I get the idea. It's something that I probably wouldn't think of in that matter, because, like I said, the CPA, MBA, it's like you basically, making the union pay for your cuts, and then within that process, the union has to then take the money that you paid them for the cuts to try to reestablish business. But it's gonna make business harder, because then you be forced to, like I said, take on other responsibilities, which is it would have been the company's responsibility, but now it's your own personal responsibility, because you're taking out so much of that, which is, if you want to pay somebody 86,000 for 2 years unemployment plus, that's the it's like you basically eliminating the word employee, and to eliminate the employee, what are them taxes gonna look like? Because you have to prove all of that to the person that returns tax on it. And if there is none, you have to make up some. And then, like I said, it's an ongoing field of that. And like I said, I've been thinking about it, as far as with the shutdown and everything else. I thought you was gonna pay the workers back their pay, but now you paying them more to stop working. You paying them a lot more like that. Let's say they was probably making $500 to work a week. Probably more. Let's say they probably making a little more. It's like $600-700. But you willing to pay them $800 to not go in the work. And you complaining about whatever it is that you're complaining about. But I'm thinking to myself, it was your idea. Thinking back, I pretty much what I said in the beginning of the video, which is my ideas. And to be honest with you, on my first term, I kind of said to myself, how they gonna feel about a nigga Democratic president? And what would they be in their mind thinking? That was on my first term. Now, on my third term, and I'm seeing matters for what it is, which is, even if you do go ahead with this whole plan, the future of it has consequences. And that's what I'm here to say. It ain't the CPA fault. It ain't the MPA fault. It's the companies wanting what they want when they want it, instead of building a company from the grassroots that is supposed to be built from, which is time, dedication, prosperity. You want to just jump right in the game as a small business and want to pay all of those taxes early. So be it. Plus the loans on the business, which already took effect when the PPP loans dropped, and we'll probably forgive it. But that doesn't take away, I guess, the educational part of it, because you're still dangling the carrot in front of the horse. And with that being said, hopefully I said more than enough because some individuals like to, what you call it,